With that, it's show and tell time. Amber is going to kick us off by sharing her cadence audit.
Great, let's go ahead and get started. Please bear with me as I'm working off of one screen, not something I'm used to doing, but here we are. So I often use business reviews, health checks, and things like that to move the needle for my customers. But I wanted to showcase something that's a bit more unique that's really had an impact for me as well. As I mentioned earlier, value realization is a big thing in making sure that we understand what that means for our customer, and also being able to present ourselves as trusted advisors and making sure that we're giving them strategic recommendations and best in class for as far as performance goes. So with Salesloft, of course, we're serving sellers and we're trying to make it easier for them to do what they do best and where they have the most impact. And so cadencing is kind of the bread and butter of what we do. It allows reps to focus on what's going to have the biggest impact with their outreach. So a lot of times my customers will turn to me as a trusted advisor, seeking what those best practices look like. And so, what I will leverage in a lot of cases is what we call the cadence audit. So, this is pulling data directly from our customer's instance. So, it is personalized and showing them their actual results. And so, I can use this as well to kind of guide them in what my recommendations are. I also firmly believe that data can kind of sell the point for you. So when you're asking customers to onboard a new strategy, you kind of want to make sure it makes sense to them and that it's going to have an impact. So this data will help me do this. And I'll give you an example. So there's several slides in here, but I'll use cadence length. So we recommend our highest performing cadences are usually between 5 to 12 steps. And what we find is a lot of our customers kind of sell themselves short by cutting their cadences very short. So this slide does a really good job for highlighting my customers where they might be opportunities for that. In this example, only 45% of cadences have between 5 to 12 steps. And as you'll see on the next slide, this customer's top performing steps are actually step 8. So if more than 40% of their cadences have less than 5 steps, then they're kind of losing that opportunity to get that engagement that they're seeking. And then of course it also shows us where the lower performing steps are, and then I can provide my recommendations on what changes they can make so we can start to see higher performance. So this often gives me an opportunity to also encourage my customers to create what we call a cadence committee, which is what we find helps customers be most successful, is making sure that they have someone who's in charge of kind of managing their content and making sure it's up to date and is performing effectively. And so sometimes it's hard to get a customer to see the value in creating a cadence committee, and having this data and presenting it in a way that can help me tell a story allows for that to kind of click with the customer and then for them to move forward with setting up that committee. That's it. There's quite a few slides here, but again, helps me move the needle in that sense when it comes to best practices.
I think that's like a really cool piece of content just because like you're really providing so much knowledge and insight. Like I can imagine come renewal time, people are like, well, not only because of the tool is providing value, but I don't want to lose Amber because she was helping me improve my cadences and all of that. It's almost like a value generation to all of this.
Yeah, absolutely. It helps build that trust that's really key in making for a successful partnership. So, yeah.